So you've lost weight by intermittent fasting and now you're wondering, can I keep this up or should I go back to my midnight snack raids? Well, hold your horses, my friend. We've got a lot to unpack here. Intermittent fasting, or IF for the cool kids, is not just a weight loss strategy, it's a lifestyle. It's like that leather jacket you bought in your 20s, thinking you'd outgrow it, but here you are, still rocking it in your 40s. Intermittent fasting has several forms, kind of like the many faces of a pop star. There's the 16-8 method, where you fast for 16 hours and eat during an 8-hour window. It's like being a nocturnal creature but without the cool night vision. Then there's the 5-2 method, where you eat normally for 5 days and restrict your calories to 500 to 600 on 2 days. It's like having 2 Mondays in a week, but hey, who's counting? Now, let's talk about a guy named Bob. Bob heard about intermittent fasting and thought it meant he could eat everything in sight during his eating window. He was found at midnight, raiding the fridge, a sandwich in one hand and a slice of cake in the other. Poor Bob didn't realize that intermittent fasting isn't about eating all you can, but rather controlling when you do. So, now that we've covered the basics of intermittent fasting and had a good laugh at Bob's expense, let's get serious. You've reached your weight loss goal with IF, and you're standing at the crossroads wondering where to go next. Do you continue with IF, or do you bid it adieu and welcome back your late-night munchies? But wait, don't start eyeing that late-night cheeseburger just yet. Let's dive into the pros and cons of continuing intermittent fasting after weight loss. Chances are, if you loved your fasting routine more than your grandma's apple pie, you might want to stick with it. Here's why. Imagine your body as a high-performance sports car. Like any fine-tuned machine, it needs premium fuel to run at its best. And this is exactly where intermittent fasting swings into action, acting like the pit crew for your body's race car. Firstly, it's all about blood sugar control. You see, with intermittent fasting, your body becomes like a super-efficient hybrid car, smoothly transitioning from using glucose to using stored fat as fuel. This helps keep your blood sugar levels steady, which can be a real game-changer for anyone looking to keep their body's insulin response in check. Next up, we have reduced inflammation. When you're fasting, your body gets a break from the constant work of digestion. It's like a mini vacation for your cells, giving them time to clean up and repair, which can lead to reduced inflammation. This is like giving your body's engine a good clean out, getting rid of all the gunk and grime that can hinder performance. And let's not forget the possible longevity benefits. Some research suggests that intermittent fasting could help you live a longer, healthier life. Think of it as your body's secret anti-aging potion, helping to keep the engine running smoothly for many, many miles. Lastly, there's the potential for weight maintenance. With intermittent fasting, your body becomes a fat-burning machine, which can help keep those pounds from creeping back on. It's like having an inbuilt cruise control system that helps you maintain your ideal speed, or in this case, weight. So, it's not just about fitting into those skinny jeans, there's a whole smorgasbord of health benefits. So, if you've found yourself in love with the rhythm and routine of intermittent fasting, and you're relishing these health benefits, you might just want to keep the fasting flame alive, even after you've reached your weight loss goals. Because, let's face it, who wouldn't want their body to perform like a well-oiled, high-performance sports car? But hold your horses. Before you declare a lifelong commitment to intermittent fasting, let's talk about the potential downsides. Yes, intermittent fasting might have been your knight in shining armor during your weight loss journey, but let's face it, every knight has his flaws. Now, I'm not saying that your knight is about to turn into a dragon, but it's worth considering the potential fire-breathing problems you might encounter. Firstly, you might have noticed that your calorie needs have reduced after weight loss. So, if you're still fasting like you're preparing for a medieval banquet, you could end up restricting your calorie intake too much. This might leave you feeling as energetic as a sloth on a lazy Sunday afternoon, and could even play havoc with your metabolism. Secondly, there's the issue of nutrient deficiencies. If you're fasting for extended periods and not getting a full spread of nutrients, you might start feeling like a car running on an empty tank. This is especially true after weight loss when your body needs all the nutrients it can get to maintain your new weight. And then there's the hormonal effects. Remember, your body is a finely tuned machine, and hormones like insulin and leptin are the oil that keeps it running smoothly. Intermittent fasting can affect these hormones, so you might need to tweak your fasting schedule or include other approaches to keep your hormones balanced and your body happy. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should drop intermittent fasting like a hot potato. But it's essential to be aware of these potential pitfalls and adjust your approach accordingly. After all, you wouldn't keep wearing your winter coat in the middle of summer, would you? So, While fasting may have been your best friend during your weight loss journey, it could turn into a frenemy in the long run. Remember, the goal is to maintain a healthy and sustainable approach to food and exercise, regardless of whether you choose to continue with intermittent fasting. So, should you break up with intermittent fasting or just give it a makeover? Here are some tips to tweak your routine. First off, consider expanding your eating window. If your fasting regimen has been more like a strict parent enforcing an early bedtime, it's time to let loose a bit. Think of it like a curfew extension. You could shorten your fasting window or adopt a less restrictive method like the 16-8, which is basically like being a teenager who has to be home by midnight. Next, prioritize nutrient-dense foods. If your diet has been looking a bit like a monochrome painting, it's time to add some color. Focus on whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. It's like swapping out your wardrobe of all-black attire for a more vibrant, colorful ensemble. Now I know this may sound a bit like your grandma's advice, but listen to your body. Pay attention to hunger cues and adjust your fasting schedule accordingly. If your body is sending you hangry signals during your fasting window, it's not just being needy, it's telling you it needs fuel. So, don't force yourself into a specific routine if it feels like you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Lastly, don't shy away from seeking professional guidance. Consult a registered dietitian or healthcare professional for personalized advice on adapting your fasting routine to your needs and goals after weight loss. It's like asking a tour guide for the best route. They can help you navigate the journey more efficiently. Remember, it's not about running a marathon in a sprint. It's about finding a rhythm that works for you and sticking to it. And while you're at it, don't forget to enjoy life. If that means having a slice of chocolate cake every now and then, go for it. Remember, it's all about balance, not about depriving yourself of that chocolate cake forever. So, here we are at the finish line. To continue fasting or not, that is the question. You've been with us through the ups and downs, the hunger pangs, and the triumphant weight loss. We've talked about the pros of sticking with intermittent fasting, like the impressive health benefits and the way it can help maintain your hard-earned weight loss. We've also touched on the cons, like the potential for nutrient deficiencies or hormonal imbalances. Not to mention the simple fact that you might just miss breakfast. Who knew you could have such strong feelings for avocado toast? We've dished out tips for adapting your fasting routine after weight loss. Maybe you'll decide to shorten your fasting window or give the 16-8 method a whirl. Or perhaps you'll put the focus on nutrient-dense foods. Whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean protein and healthy fats are all on the menu. But sorry, deep-fried Mars bars didn't make the cut. We want to remind you that the decision to continue intermittent fasting after weight loss is as personal as your favorite pizza topping. It should be based on your individual health, your preferences, and your long-term goals. Maybe you're a mushroom and olive kind of person, or maybe you're more of a pineapple and ham enthusiast. Hey, we're not here to judge. In the grand scheme of things, whether you decide to continue fasting or not isn't the be-all and end-all. The most important thing is that you listen to your body, adapt your eating habits to fit your lifestyle, and remember that maintaining a healthy approach to food and exercise is key to long-term well-being. So, whether you decide to stick with fasting or switch to a different routine, remember this: your health comes first. And that midnight cheeseburger, it's not going anywhere. Has this video given you some food for thought? If you found it helpful and want to learn more about healthy living, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're not just about the fasting life here. We cover a wide range of topics from diet and exercise to mental health and wellness. We're here to help you navigate the often confusing world of health and fitness, one video at a time. Join our community and let's embark on this health journey together. We promise it's a lot more fun than going it alone. Click that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. Remember, your health is your wealth. And whether you're a fasting fanatic or a breakfast champion, we've got the tips and tricks to help you live your healthiest life. Until next time, keep listening to your body, keep making choices that make you feel good, and remember, that midnight cheeseburger will still be there tomorrow. So, hit that subscribe button, and let's continue this journey together.